What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another EA FC24 video. Today I am going to give you 7 things that you did not spot, most likely, from the gameplay trailer today, including some things that you wouldn't have spotted because it wasn't actually in the gameplay trailer, but instead on the website. If you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and you are going to want to stay around for number 7 because it is absolutely sensational. And the first thing we've got is the Hypermotion V volumetric motion capture system. What EA have introduced is the ability to capture real world events instantly in real time and implement them into the game. We've all seen that Erling Haaland goal that they've put in and the Vinicius Junior skill that they've put in multiple times. But what people haven't really picked up on is what this could do for the game in things like career mode and like moments in Ultimate Team, where if something incredible happens, like Arsenal winning the Premier League, EA can capture that and put that moment in FIFA almost instantly, and it could make for some absolutely incredible gaming moments. Number 2 is Accelerate 2.0. Of course, we had the lengthy meta in FIFA 23. EA FC24 has 7 different accelerate types, and they range from explosive to lengthy. Of course, we already knew that was coming from a previous piece of information from EA, but what they've finally given us this time is actually a visual representation of how it works. And to be honest, it doesn't look like it is that impactful. The explosive players, or the players on that side of the pendulum, certainly get a brief, faster start, and definitely the lengthy players and the players on that side of the pendulum catch up and overtake a little bit by the time they get to the end of the pitch. But when you actually look at the discrepancy of how far forwards the lengthy players were compared to the explosive players over, say, 50 or 60 yards, it really wasn't that bad. And so, in spite of EA's claim that lengthy is back, I actually think that it's much more balanced compared to where it was last year, which is good, because as good as lengthy was and should have been, it was completely broken. The next incredible thing that people saw but didn't really understand was playstyles. I think playstyles are going to have a significant impact in EA FC24. However, for today, we're actually just going to talk about them very briefly. I'm going to create a dedicated video around playstyles for the channel coming up shortly, because there is so much to talk about and so much information on playstyles and the impact that they will have not only in Ultimate Team, but also in game modes like Career Mode and in Volta and Clubs, that it deserves its own video. However, there are multiple play styles. I think there's 36 altogether. There is also premium versions of the play styles that give incredibly enhanced results from that particular play style. And it is going to allow us to be able to change the way we play our game with the players that we have in a very positive manner. The fourth thing that we have, guys, is precision passing. Precision passing allows you to bend and shape the perfect pass with manual precision. This skill-based passing mechanic respects your accuracy when aiming at a target location. The player receives a precision pass will attempt to move towards the ball's destination. And if you see by the gameplay information that they give here, you can literally drop the ball on a pin on the field in a manual sense. You can do it above the players, on the ground, a power pass, a regular pass. It can be a through ball. It can have swerve on it, which is a new feature they're adding. The reason why I think this is brilliant, and the reason why I don't think the reason why I think it is something that people have overlooked, is it first of all adds a skill gap to EA FC24. There's lots of things in this game that massively reduce skill gap, and there's not too many things in this game that massively improve skill gap. When you learn how to master the precision passing, it is going to give you an edge over so many players, because you are going to know exactly where you want that ball based on the run that you see. And that was one of the biggest frustrations in previous FIFAs over years and years and years, is that you would see a pass, you would try and make that pass, but the assisted passing wouldn't necessarily understand what you were trying to do, and it would either pass to the wrong person or it would pass to the offside player all the time. I have a feeling that precision pass is going to allow you to get the ball exactly where you want and maintain that onside player's run. and it's going to allow so much more creative opportunities when going forwards, and should hopefully be a massive influence in the way we play the game at the top level of FC24. There were 2 new forms of dribbling that EA gave us information for. There is the effort dribble touch that they speak about as a new mechanic that allows you to quickly knock the ball in any direction, that I feel like has been in FIFA for multiple years. That's not what we're interested in here. The 5th thing that we're interested here today is the orbit dribble. For me, this could be one of the most impressive things that we see in the game for next year. And it's so simple. All you're able to do with the orbit dribble is literally orbit yourself around the ball to a position that benefits you for a pass, for a shot, for a skill move. In the example that they gave, the attacker orbits around to fake as if he's going to shoot with his left foot into the bottom left-hand corner. The keeper rushes out. The player drags the ball around the keeper and scores the goal. But if you think, how many times have you been in a position on the field in FIFA where you just needed to manipulate your player a little bit left or a little bit right to get a better angle for a pass, maybe even a better angle for a through ball or a cross, and definitely a better angle for a shot? With this in the game, it's another one of those things that if it's applied correctly in the game and it's not a gimmicky kind of thing, it is going to be the sort of thing that is going to separate the good from the great players. When you're able to position your body and you understand the way the ball moves in relation to where the player is, it is going to give you a massive edge in those tough games. And if we do have FUT champs, which I assume will be called Football Ultimate Champs or Football Ultimate Team, or if we're just going to have UT champs next year, this is going to be one of those things that is going to make a massive difference. And not many people are excited about the dribbling mechanics that have been changed, but I think this is absolutely huge, and I think everyone is going to love this once we get our hands on being able to actually use this in game. The 6th thing that we have, guys, is the controlled sprint. I don't think they showed it in the main video, but we have got a animation here from them on the website where you can see the player sprinting and dribbling with precision and accuracy at the same time. From what I can understand is it does slow the sprint down a little bit, but it gives you far more control over the ball. And the way the player runs inside the blue defensive players in the first clip that we see, whilst maintaining a very good sprint, is again just one of those things that should be in the game. There are so many players in world football that are able to keep close control of the ball and sprint very fast, like Messi, like Ronaldo, like Vinicius Jr., like Bukayo Saka, like Gabriel Martinelli. There are like any Arsenal player, basically. But it's one of those things that, again, is going to change the dynamics of how FIFA is played. And I think could be such a cool thing to use in games because it adds realism. And whilst specifically Ultimate Team is not a realistic mode by any stretch of the imagination, when we step out onto the field, being able to replicate what we see our favorite players and our favorite teams do should absolutely be possible. And with controlled sprint, it now is. And the last thing I want to show you guys, number 7 of things that I think people didn't really notice in the gameplay trailer is how good Virgil van Dijk is. EA showed us, as you'll see on the screen here, him making one of these special tackles with the playstyles tackle added. He then plays a ball that Kevin De Bruyne would be proud of. It was such a good pass. I just couldn't believe it. It was absolutely insane. And the way FIFA has been a lot over previous years is when possession turns over is one of the best ways to do something, because the AI takes even just a split second to register the change in what's happened in the game. And when you see Van Dijk pick up the ball just about on the halfway line with an incredible tackle and then play what can only be described as a 50-yard worldie of a pass perfectly onto the foot of Cody Gakpo, it makes me really excited with the things that we're going to be able to do in this game with picking up the ball, playing like good football and engaging football. And instead of being forced to play the one play style that works as a meta play style in FIFA with regards to either pop volley power shots or byline and cutbacks, which is all we really have this year, you know, Trevellas is all we really have this year. If we're able to put balls into the box like that from players like Van Dijk, it's going to open up a world of gameplay opportunities for us this year, which is going to be absolutely fantastic for the franchise. And that, guys, was 7 things that you probably didn't see from the trailer. Some of them definitely not, because they were only on the website after the fact. And if I have to be honest, EA have done brilliant marketing once again and have got me absolutely hooked for EA FC24. I know we're still 9 weeks away from this game coming out, but I am so excited to play it. I cannot wait for another season with EA and another season with Ultimate Team. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.